Ever wondered how the power of communication can influence everything around us? Let's take a moment to delve into the world of communication. It's not just about exchanging information, it's about understanding the emotion and intentions behind that information. It's about expressing, hearing, and comprehending thoughts, ideas, views, and feelings. Now imagine a day without communication. It's almost impossible, isn't it? That's because communication is as vital to our existence as air. It's the lifeblood of our relationships. It's how we connect, how we understand each other, how we express love, anger, joy, and a myriad of other emotions. It's how we navigate our personal lives, from the intimate conversations with our loved ones to the casual chat with the barista at our favorite coffee shop. But it's not just about our personal lives. The importance of communication echoes in our professional lives too. It's how we share ideas, how we inspire teams, how we negotiate deals, and how we build relationships with clients. It's the foundation of any successful career, regardless of the field or industry. And it doesn't stop there. Communication also plays a pivotal role in our society. It's how leaders inspire and mobilize their people. It's how change happens. Consider a well-known leader who used communication effectively to inspire and lead: Martin Luther King Jr. His powerful speeches not only brought about significant social change, but also continue to inspire generations long after his time. Communication is an art, a skill, and when mastered, it becomes a powerful tool. It can build or break relationships, it can inspire or discourage, it can create understanding or confusion. It's a double-edged sword that should be wielded with care. So, the next time you're having a conversation, remember that every word, every gesture, every silence, they all matter, for they carry the power to influence, to shape, and to transform. Indeed, communication is the cornerstone of any successful interaction. One of the most iconic figures who mastered the art of communication was Steve Jobs. A visionary and a pioneer, Jobs was not just the co-founder of Apple, but also a storyteller who knew the power of words and how to wield them effectively. Jobs' communication skills were instrumental in selling his vision and products. He knew that to captivate his audience, he needed to sell not just a product, but an experience, a lifestyle. He wasn't selling computers, he was selling the future. Take, for instance, the launch of the iPhone in 2007. Jobs didn't just present a new smartphone, he unveiled a revolutionary device that would change the way we communicate, work, and entertain ourselves. He painted a picture of a world where your entire life could be managed from the palm of your hand. That's the power of skilled communication. Jobs also had a knack for making complex technology understandable and desirable. His product presentations were masterclasses in simplicity and clarity. He stripped away the jargon and focused on the user experience. He highlighted the benefits, not the specifications. He made you believe you needed an Apple product even if you didn't know what it was a few minutes ago. But it was not just about product launches. Jobs' communication skills extended to his leadership style. He could inspire his team, push them beyond their limits, and make them believe in his vision. His keynotes were not just corporate presentations, they were performances that left his audience, both in the room and around the world, spellbound. Jobs' ability to create a narrative around his products turned them into more than just gadgets. They became symbols of innovation, design, and a forward-thinking lifestyle. They became a part of the Apple culture, a culture that millions around the world wanted to be a part of. Steve Jobs, with his exceptional communication skills, changed the tech industry and the world. He showed us how powerful words can be when used with purpose and conviction. He showed us the true power of skilled communication. Another great example of powerful communication is the renowned civil rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr. With a voice that echoed through hearts and minds, he used his communication skills to inspire a movement that reshaped the social fabric of America. King was a master of words, a skill he honed from his background as a Baptist minister. His speeches were not merely a string of words. They were symphonies of hope that stirred the emotions of his listeners. He knew how to connect with his audience, using language that was both relatable and powerful. He wasn't just talking to his listeners, he was speaking with them, making them feel seen, heard, and valued. One of his most famous speeches, the I Have a Dream speech delivered on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 1963, is a testament to his exceptional communication skills. King didn't just speak about equality and justice. He painted a vivid picture of a world where these ideals were reality. He spoke of a dream where his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His words resonated with millions both then and now, and were instrumental in galvanizing a nation towards change. What made King's communication style so effective was his ability to evoke emotion. He didn't shy away from the harsh realities of racial injustice, but he also infused his speeches with an unshakable belief in the possibility of change. He was a beacon of hope in a time of despair, and his words gave people the courage to stand up and fight for their rights. But King's words were not just powerful, they were transformative. They not only inspired individuals, but they also mobilized communities, sparking a movement that led to significant social and political changes. His speeches were a catalyst for action, a call to arms for those who believed in the cause of equality and justice. His words were more than just a speech, they were a rallying cry for equality and justice. While words are powerful, nonverbal communication often speaks louder. This rings true in every facet of our interactions. Nonverbal communication comprises elements such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, which often convey messages more profoundly than the spoken word. Imagine a world where we only listen to what people say and completely ignore how they say it. It sounds pretty strange, doesn't it? That's because nonverbal cues are an integral part of communication. They provide context, express emotions, and can even reveal the truth when words fail to do so. Let's delve into body language first. It's a silent orchestra, with each movement contributing to the overall symphony of communication. A firm handshake, a confident posture, or an engaging eye contact can all signal self-assuredness and credibility. Next, we have facial expressions, the windows to our emotions. A genuine smile can elicit warmth and trust, while a furrowed brow or a clenched jaw can convey anger or stress. Even when we don't utter a single word, our faces can tell a whole story. Lastly, the tone of voice, the unsung hero of communication. It's not about what we say, but how we say it. A soft, soothing voice can calm a storm, while a harsh, loud tone can create one. The tone of voice can set the mood, dictate the pace, and deliver the emotional impact of our words. To illustrate the power of nonverbal communication, let's consider former President Barack Obama. Renowned for his charismatic public speaking, Obama's strength lies not only in his eloquent words, but also in his commanding body language, expressive facial cues, and engaging tone of voice. These nonverbal elements added a layer of authenticity and conviction to his speeches, earning him a reputation as a compelling leader. So as we navigate through our daily interactions, let's remember the silent power of nonverbal communication. Whether it's a nod, a smile, or a change in tone, these subtle cues can have a significant impact on how our messages are received and perceived. As the saying goes, actions often speak louder than words. So how does skilled communication influence everything? Well, throughout our journey today, we've explored the far-reaching impact of communication, from the personal to the global. We've underscored how vital communication is, not just in how we interact with each other, but also in shaping our lives and the world as a whole. Let's take a quick stroll down memory lane. We started off by discussing the profound impact of communication. It's not just about exchanging information. It's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind that information. It's about making connections, building relationships, and fostering understanding. Next, we delved into the story of Steve Jobs. His charisma and ability to articulate his vision were instrumental in his success. Jobs didn't just communicate, he inspired. He convinced people to believe in his vision, turning Apple into one of the most successful companies in the world. His communication skills were a key part of that success. Then we turned our attention to Martin Luther King Jr., a man whose eloquence and passion sparked a revolution. King's ability to communicate his dream for equality and justice was so powerful it resonated with people across the globe, forever changing the course of history. And of course, we can't forget about the power of nonverbal communication. It's not always about what we say, but how we say it. Our body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can often convey more than our words ever could. Each of these examples demonstrates the immense power of skilled communication. It's not just about being heard, it's about influencing, inspiring, and inciting change. From Steve Jobs revolutionizing the tech industry to Martin Luther King Jr. leading a civil rights movement, skilled communication has proven to be a powerful tool in shaping the world. Whether it's in our personal lives or on a global stage, skilled communication undoubtedly holds the power to influence everything around us.